I made my own lane, got my own swag. I'm a vibe, B. I'm in my own bag. My fly different, yep, I embrace that. I know my time coming, ain't gotta chase that.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Beautiful Ashes. It's your girl Toya, and I'm back with another video for y'all. I hope y'all had a great week. I had a great week. I'm here, I'm blessed, and all that good stuff. So tonight, guys, we're going to talk about food addiction. I know it probably is not the most popular subject, but it is a real subject, and I know a lot of us deal with it and we battle with it, right? So food addiction can range anywhere from mild to severe. You know, I'm not really diving into the mental health side of things tonight. This is more surface level overview of food addiction and overeating and that type of thing. I've been struggling with food addiction for as long as I can remember, but I really didn't realize I had an addiction until later on in life. So we all grow up a certain way, we raised a certain way, we eat a certain way. You know, as a kid, you don't know no better. You just eat what your parents put on your plate, right? But you know, throughout the years and generations, you find that the way that we cook is passed down from generation to generation. So you know how your grandmother cooks, your mother probably cooks, and then she probably taught you how to cook that way, and so on and so forth. So the food is amazing. Like, who can beat your grandma's soul food Sunday dinner? Probably not near nobody, right? However, the issue is with that comes addiction to food, overeating, you know, seeking food for comfort, those type of things. So tonight, I just wanted to address it. You know, I don't have all the answers, Sway, but you know, I'm like, look, like I tell you, I just try to deal with stuff as it comes to me, and things that I think people probably are dealing with, struggling with. May just want some insight or some advice or what have you. So anyhow, like, what are some things that we can do to curb the overeating? Because in addition to overeating, I also struggle with my weight. But I know the two go hand in hand, because if I didn't overeat, I probably wouldn't struggle with my weight, right? So one of the things that I know that we do is mindless eating. Mindless eating is probably one of the major things that we do, and we don't even know we're doing it, but it has such a detrimental impact on you. So basically, mindless eating is where you just walk into the kitchen. You just went in there to get a glass of water, but you saw the chips on the counter and a cookie, and so you decide, let me get a few chips and grab a cookie, but you're not even hungry. You didn't even think about it. You just got it because it was there. So that's the type of thing I used to do all the time, especially when I was working in corporate. You know, it's always something to eat: snacks, cookies, donuts, pizza. It's just always something there, some type of potluck or some type of event. It's always somebody's birthday. You know, and this is even outside of work. You know, how many times you went to a graduation, wedding, baby shower, and it's just food, food, food. That's just how we celebrate, right? The thing is, though, we have to be intentional about what we eat and when we eat it. So a lot of times we're not even thinking about it. We just eat it because it's there. We eat it because it smells good. It look good. I mean, I would even step out on a ledge to say that half of the time that we eat, we're probably not even hungry. A lot of times we're thirsty. So they always tell you, just drink water. When you feel like you're hungry, drink water and see if that curbs your appetite first. Then if that don't work, then of course go to food. So that's another thing that you can try to do, but just really be intentional about what you eat. And when you eat it, like, all right, am I eating this because I'm hungry, or am I just eating it because it's here? So you have to figure that out first. Then the other thing is, like, you have to treat your taste buds like children. Just like if your children wanted something that you know wasn't no good for them, you would be like, nah, you're not getting that. That's not good for you. It's not healthy for you. It's going to hurt you. You have to treat your taste buds the same way. Like, no, yes, I know it tastes good, but it's not good for you. It's not going to help you in your goals. It's not going to help you in your overall health. It's not going to help you lose weight if that's what you're trying to do. So you have to take control. You have to be the adult and tell your taste buds, no, you're not going to have this. All of the stuff sounds good, but it's very challenging to do from a day-to-day basis, right? You just have to take baby steps. Everything is not going to be a quick fix or overnight thing, but it's just identifying certain habits that you have when it comes to food addiction. The other thing, a lot of times we turn to food for comfort. You know, if you're going through a difficult time, you know, you had a bad day at work, you're going through a breakup. You know, the movies always show us a girl going through a breakup. What's she doing? In the bed, eating ice cream, crying or whatever, with a bag of chips, or, you know, just all these snacks around her. So we're conditioned to think that So when you want to be comforted, you go to food. Food is going to give you that big warm hug that you're desiring at that time. So we have to find other things that we find comfort in. Don't let food be that number one go-to. What else can get us through a difficult time? You know, what other things can we lean on other than the food? Another times, like I said, is celebrations. You know, we always want to celebrate with food. So a lot of times what I do when I'm really, really disciplined and really, really trying to be good about what I'm eating, I try to eat before I go somewhere. So if I know like, hey, I know I'm on a certain type of diet or I'm being restrictive to what I'm eating, I'll just eat a good meal, a good healthy meal before I go. And then when I get there, I'll just have something slight. You know, I'll be like, all right, if I'm going to a restaurant, well, I already ate. So yeah, I'll just have a salad and maybe like, you know, I don't know, appetizer or something like that. But you know, I won't go in there and order up the whole menu because I'm already full. And now I'm really thinking like, all right, I know I'm not hungry. So now let me just eat just something to socialize with or whatever. And that's another thing. When we socialize, a lot of times we just eat and drink, right? Because we're socializing, talking, eating, talking, eating, talking, eating. And it's just like a repetitive thing that we do, but we're not even thinking. So that's another thing we have to think about when we socialize. What else can we do other than eat? Like food, I mean, I don't know if y'all believe it or not, but food has certain things in it that make you addicted to it, like sugar being one of them. How many times, like, have you given your kids sugar and they're like off the wall? Like, sugar is real life like a drug. If you don't believe me, look it up. Look at the effects of sugar on people and kids, especially. Like the way that they react to it, like they just bounce off the walls. Like we don't give our children a lot of sugar, but when we do, they like so hyped, they can't keep still. They like little jumping jelly beans. They're all over the place. So you have to be mindful of the ingredients in the food that you're eating too, because that can cause you to become addicted to food. Oh, relationships. Relationships is another time when we in that dating phase and you know we in that beginning stage of a relationship, everybody all happy, we going out to eat all the time. So that's another time you want to be careful of, because how many of us have gained that relationship weight? You know, you picked up 10 pounds in like 3 or 4 months because you know you just happy, and when we happy we want to eat. So I'm telling you, like, eating affects so many areas of our lives that we don't even think about. It's just kind of automatic for us. It's like next to brushing your teeth, you just wake up, brush your teeth. Like that's how eating is. Like we just have so many different habits. So you have to identify your eating habits. And if you're trying to break that addiction like anything, you're going to have to be disciplined and set some boundaries. So one thing you want to do is get the things out of your house that are not good for you. If you have unhealthy snacks at your house, you know, the chips, the cookies, the donuts, the ice cream and all that, you want to get rid of those, and you just want to give yourself a certain time that you're going to eat it. So like, hey, I'm not going to keep this stuff in the house, but when I have an urge for it, I'll just go out and buy it. So that way, when you're driving and you're on your way to buy it, you're thinking about it too. Like, all right, am I making a good decision? So this video is not to deter you from, you know, eating your favorite things or force you to diet or anything, but it's just really overcoming and dealing with the food addiction itself. It's just like my husband like to say, like, you know, if you battle drug addiction, you can't eat like a little, or you can't take a little bit of the drug, you know, because that addiction is going to start back over. So with food, of course, is not extreme because we have to eat, but you can be mindful of the things you're eating. So you're like, yo, if I eat this one cookie, I know I'm probably going to eat 2 or 3 more. So what you would have to do in that case is limit it. So what I like to do, I like to use the snack size bags. So that way you don't overeat. So basically, if you're packing your lunch or, you know, say you're about to sit down and watch your favorite show or movie, use the snack size bags. So that way just put in a serving size of what it is that you want to eat. So that way you won't overeat. And that way, you're in charge of what you're eating. You're not letting what you eat control you. Another thing that you can do is buy foods with as little ingredients as possible. The more ingredients and the things that you don't understand in those ingredients, the worse it is for you. So try to buy healthier snacks or things with like, you know, maybe 2 to 4 ingredients. And trust me, they do exist. You have to look for them, but they do exist. Another thing that we can do to kind of fight off this addiction is also just make sure we have healthier options in the house. So make sure that you have healthy food on deck. So you want to replace the junk food and the food that you're battling with the healthier options. You know, find things that are comparable. You know, like popcorn, for instance. I'm a big popcorn fan. But I found that Skinny Pop is actually pretty good. Now, of course, it's not loaded with the butter and the salt that we're accustomed to, but it has like a good little flow to it, a good little salty taste here and there, you know. So just something like that. Try to find things that are comparable replacements for the thing that you really like, but things that are a little healthier. Or even if you don't get rid of that thing that you really like, don't eat as much of it. Like, don't buy a whole bag, a family size bag of popcorn and just sit there and eat it by yourself in one sitting. You want to, like I said, use your snack bags and put that into that size bag, so that way you're only eating a serving of it. So guys, those are just a few tips that have kind of helped me deal with overeating and, you know, food addiction. And like I said, I'm not perfect at it, but I am making strides towards it. You know, I have been on a weight loss journey as well, and it's been a slow journey because, like I said, those are bad habits that I fall back into. You know, like I said, the bad days or even the good days or the social hours or whatever, you know, I just fall back into those old habits. So it's like you have to reset your mind. You may want to look at some documentaries that talk about food and the different benefits or the disadvantages of eating certain type of foods. So, all right, guys, I'll be back next week with another video for y'all. I hope you like my video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see y'all next week. Deuces.